Welcome, fellas. Just woke up from the American dream. Sorry, I was sleeping very little and didn't go through well. I had to hit the hay, I had to get some sleep. Was so strange card, man. Was really a strange card, and I've seen everything, but thanks God, I've got something to tell you. Johnny K was smoked out, and I'm advancing into the semi-finals of the tournament. Now, you're going to say that my capping sucks. Fine. I got a second chance. Fine. Say thanks to Ark. But advancing into the second round. Now, I'm going to tell you how it went. I was very close to a perfect card, and unfortunately, I didn't have one. Man. Okay, and my bets were 2 out of 3. But I'm in big plus thanks to putting a lot of money on Modestus. 2, 3 bets. All right, that's it. The first fight of the night, man, it was a demolition magician, man. The first fight was awesome, just awesome. And Modestas Bukauskas defeated Zach Paugo. I had 5 units on Modestas. I actually thought it was going to be a close split decision, but thanks God Modestas stole this decision and pissed his opponent out with style. Thanks to everything. Thank you, Modestas. I'm so grateful because of that happened, and man, brought me again money. Didn't disappoint me. Was a great performance. Daniel Argueta versus Ronnie Lawrence. Ronnie Lawrence didn't tap, and Kate Peterson is obviously blind. I believe they should do. I believe referees should visit ophthalmologists way more often, and I'm really sure that ophthalmologists should inspect those referees as. I mean, some of the mistakes were horrible. Like what Kate Peterson did, it's one of the most horrible mistakes I've ever seen in my whole life. But okay, I can get it to some point, but it was a horrible mistake. And like Teresa bled out through Gabriela Fernandez. I had fight starts round 3, and the backup pick was Fernandez to win, but Bleda was better. She was better on the ground. She did a great job. Carlos Hernandez destroyed Dennis Bonder. Yeah, it was accidental clash of heads. That is true. But at the end of round 3, they scored the contest, and like Hernandez was up on the scorecard, so I picked Hernandez. But a great fight, really much a great fight. Then Kyung Ho Kang versus Christian Quinones. Kyung Ho Kang won him via submission, and thank you Kyung Ho Kang, thank you Carlos Hernandez. You helped me smoke out the Johnny K picks and advance into the next round. Alessandro Costa, as expected, turned the lights out on Jimmy Flick, but Jimmy Flick is a submission god, and I was expecting that Jimmy Flick might actually do some damage. I was expecting that Jimmy Flick might actually win the fight via submission. No, wasn't much of a surprise with that, and Jimmy Flick got smoked out, but if the fight was dragged to the ground, it could have been other way around. Such a great fight it was, and one of the best fights on the card. Wasn't a disappointing one. Now, when people say it was a disappointing one, don't listen to them. Nicholas Dalby versus Muslim Saliko. Nicholas Dalby destroyed Salikov, outworked him with style, and Dalby was spot on. I mean, Salikov is aging, which is visible of the airplane. I was roasting Salikov because of his evil fans, and I pretty much have to say that I did a great job roasting that guy because his fans are some of the worst in the world, among some of the worst in the world, and I got to say I did a really great job by roasting that guy, so I'm very much happy with that roasting. That roasting was spot on. And then Manuel Torres destroyed Nicolas Motta via knockout. This is the best elbow I've ever seen in my whole life. And believe me, I'm watching. I'm like watching this sport for ages. And I'm watching this sport, believe it or not, for like 30 years, literally. And I've never seen an elbow like this. Literally, I've never seen an elbow like this, and that elbow opened up new views, and it was one of the best elbows really the world has ever seen. I can only say positive words about that guy, and yeah, that is what I can say. Just a top-notch elbow, a world-class one-sided ass whooping where Manuel Torres was swinging the hammer. Then Pat Sabatini versus Lucas Almeida. I had fight not going the distance, and also I had Sabatini as a side call, and Sabatini choked out Lucas Almeida thanks to his amazing takedown offense and ground control. Also for Dalby, I had over 2.5. Side call was Dalby. Side call also was Kyung Ho Kang. Side call was Carlos Hernandez. So it was one of the most perfect cards I've ever had. Then Armen Petrosian versus Christian Leroy Duncan. I had over 1.5 or Armen Petrosian to win, but I was super unsure about this fight because last time, I mean, we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot in the terms of Christian Leroy Duncan's skills in Cage Warriors, but in this event, we really haven't seen much of him, and I had to think how everything gonna develop, etc. And so far, I can only say that Christian Leroy Duncan did a brutal job, and he pulled out a massive upset. Like, I don't know. I don't know how it could have that happened. I don't know. I don't know how Christian Leroy Duncan was able to get the job done. So, like, I don't know. Like, Armen Petrosian anticipated every single move of him. I had a feeling that Armen Petrosian is able to anticipate every single move. And yeah, I agree. I agree that it was a great performance by Armenian fighters, and I have to give credits to performance. I have to give credits to everything that happened. Like, it really was amazing. And so far, I'm telling that Armen Petrosian is right now one of my favorite fighters. Really great performance over the legendary Christian Leroy Duncan. He handed him his first loss. And thank you, Armen. You helped me defeat that guy. Thank you so much, Armen. Then the next one is going to be like the analysis. I have to analyze. Man, Arman Sarukian, what a performance against Joaquim Silva. But he was heavily rocked in the second. Neto came close to finishing this fight. And got to say that Neto deserves a lot of respect in my end. Like, accepting that fight on short notice, it was a suicidal mission. He kind of reminded me of Tom Cruise here, but great fight, just a great fight. Really enjoyed every single aspect of it. And one and only miss of the card, Marvin Vettori. I was thinking that Marvin Vettori was going to win the decision. I had Marvin Vettori to win as a primary pick, and it was my bet. And secondary pick was Marvin Vettori. It was like over 2.5, but like or over 4.5. But again, I didn't win. Like, I had a bet on Vettori. So my bets are 2 out of 3, as I had bets on Modestas. I had a bet on Flick versus Costa no distance, and I had a bet on Vettori, but anyway, I had them as parlays, I had them as simple bets, and I had a lot of money on Modestas only, so I'm in big plus this card. I wasn't in plus the previous one or two, not sure, but this card I hit big on Modestas, and I'm happy, but Vettori has a gold chin. I wonder how he survived in round 2, and what is that guy made of, man? What is that guy Marvin Vettori made of? I just remember. I mean, I will remember this for the rest of my life. Marvin Vettori's chin is made of iron, and Marvin Vettori is one of the toughest guys the world has ever seen. So, was a great card for me. I enjoyed, but came very close to perfect card. Very close, but no perfect card. 11 out of 12. But Johnny K is out. The Bulgarian Cowboy advances to the semifinals.